today we are going to see 6th standard science term 1 second lesson forces and motion part 2. I hope you are going to take notebook to write important points. Okay, today we will learn about types of motion, definition of average speed and its unit, compute time, distance and speed, science today, that is robot. Students, these topics covered in book page number 25 to 34. Now, before enter into lesson, we just recall our previous session portion. Let us see. Push and pull. What is push? Push is a force to move something or someone away from oneself. Example, push the table, throw a ball, etc. What is pull? Pull is a force to move something or someone toward oneself. Example, fishing, pull the zip in shirt, etc. Next, what is motion and rest? There is a change of position of an object with respect to time is called motion. Example, running, boxing, etc. In the case of rest, your body is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to its surroundings. Example, book in the table, bench in the park, etc. From motion and rest, we get an idea that both are relative. Shall we see the example? Here, person is at rest with respect to the car. Car is on motion with respect to the road. So finally, an object is at rest in relation to a certain set of objects and moving in relation to another set of objects. This implies that force and motion are relative. Okay, how things move? Because of force. Yes, forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Example, in our daily life, pulled out water from well. Kick a ball, it moves. So, a person using animate or inanimate agency to done a work is called force. Next, forces are classified into two types. Contact force, another one is non-contact force. What is contact force? A contact force is exerted only when two objects are touching. Example, weightlifting, pushed out water from well, skating, etc. Then what is non-contact force? A non-contact force is exerted when two objects are not touching. Example, gravitational force in swimming, electrostatic force in comb with tiny particles, magnetic force in iron nail with the object. Then what happens when a force is applied? See the below two examples. When a force is applied to any object means it can change the shape, move from rest, change the speed, stop the motion, change in its direction and compress or expand. Okay, let us start our today's session. Types of motion. As we all know, motion is change of position with respect to time. Now, we will see the types. First one is linear motion. That is moving of object in a straight line. See the example, train moves in straight line path. Second one is curvilinear motion. Object is moving ahead but changing direction. This type of motion is called curvilinear motion. In this example, ball thrown into one person to another person. So, direction of the ball is changed. This is called curvilinear motion. Third one is circular motion. In this motion, object moving in a circular path. See the example, swirling stone tied to the rope in circular motion. Fourth one is rotatory motion. That is movement of the body about its own axis. See the example, in bicycle riding, wheel rotates in its own axis. Fifth one is oscillatory motion. Object is coming back to the same position after a fixed time interval. See the pendulum clock. pendulum oscillating right and left side after some interval of time, it come back to the same position. This type of motion is called oscillatory motion. Sixth one is zigzag or irregular motion. Object moves in a irregular path. Example, see the motion of a bee. It is in irregular motion. To know more details of types of motion, see the link in below. Okay, let us do some activity to understand types of motion. Okay, shall we start our easy activity to learn types of motion? For that, I am going to take the materials scale, pencil, sharpener and pencil with the compass. First, I am take pencil and sharpener. Now, I am going to sharpening the pencil. Watch carefully, the pencil rotates in its axis. So, this type of motion is called rotatory motion. Then, second, take pencil and scale. Draw a straight line using scale. So, here the movement takes place in a straight line. So, this type of motion is called linear motion. Then third, take a pencil with the compass and scale. Measure any measurement using scale. Then draw a circle. Here, the movement takes place in a circle. This type of motion is called circular motion. Then third, take a pencil in between the finger and move back and forth. Watch carefully. The pencil come back to the same position after a fixed time interval. This type of motion is called oscillatory motion. So, I hope you can understand about types of motion. Do you know? Fast oscillations are referred to as vibrations. Hold a stretched rubber band in your finger and strike it in the middle. Do you notice? The oscillations are very fast. When the oscillation is very swift, it is called as vibration. Okay, already we are discussed based on path 6 types of motion. Now, based on duration, motion is classified into 2 types. One is periodic motion, another one is non-periodic motion. First, we will see periodic motion. When an object repeats its motion after a fixed time interval is said to be a periodic motion. Example, girl on the swing, table fan. We will see some more examples for periodic motion. First one, motion of the simple pendulum. Second one, motion of a planet around the sun. So, above 2 examples explains the periodic motion. Yes, motion takes place in a fixed time interval. Then, what is non-periodic motion? When an object does not repeat its motion after a fixed interval of time, it is said to be in non-periodic motion. Example, jogging and ice skating. Okay, let us see some more example for non-periodic motion. First one is swaying of a branches of tree. Second one, motion of a bouncing ball under the action of gravity and friction. So, here tree or ball does not repeat in fixed time interval. This type of motion is called non-periodic motion. Next, we are going to study about speed and slow. Speed is a quick move. Slow is not quick or fast. See the examples here. If the wind becomes strong, the branches shake violently. When the wind is gentle, its branches are dancing slowly. So, we will learn speed and slow process from above 2 examples. That is, the motion can be slow or fast. Shall we discuss the combined process of speed and slow? Taxi driver travelled 160 km in 2 hours. Bus driver traveled 200 km in 4 hours. Truck driver traveled 300 km in 5 hours. Can you say who traveled with the highest speed? Okay, let us calculate how long they traveled in 1 hour. Distance traveled by the car in 1 hour is equal to 160 km per by 2 hour. That is 80 km for 1 hour. Like that, distance traveled by the bus in 1 hour is equal to 200 km divided by 4 hour. Is equal to 50 km for 1 hour. Distance traveled by the truck in 1 hour is equal to 300 km divided by 5 hour is equal to 60 km for 1 hour. Have you found out which one is fastest and which one is slowest? Yes, taxi speed is high in 1 hour, bus speed is slow in 1 hour. Now, we can calculate average speed. What is average speed? The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called average speed. Distance denoted in small d, time denoted in small t. Then average speed S is equal to distance traveled by time taken. That is S is equal to d by t. Unit of average speed is kilometer per second. Sometimes we use units like centimeter per second also. Do you know? Usain Bolt crossed 100 meter in 9.58 seconds and made a world record. You can also try to aim for higher. Medal is waiting for you. Okay, if you know the speed and time taken by the object traveled, then we can compute how much distance it had traveled. As we all know, speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. That is S is equal to d by t. If time taken is equal to distance traveled by speed, t is equal to d by S. Like that, distance traveled is equal to speed into time taken. For example, if a ship traveled at a speed of 50 km per hour and it sailed for 5 hours, how much distance it had traveled? So we want to find distance traveled now. Speed multiply with the time taken. Yes, speed is S is equal to 50 km per hour. Time is T is equal to 5 hours. Therefore, D is equal to S into T. 50 km per hour into 5 hours is equal to 250 km. So, ship traveled is 250 km. To know more details about periodic and non-periodic motion and average speed, see the link in below. You know, a cheetah is the fastest land animal running with an average speed of 112 km per hour. Yes, 112 km per hour. Now, we can classify the motion based on speed into two types. One is uniform motion, another one is non-uniform motion. What is uniform motion? If an object covers uniform distances in uniform intervals, then the motion of the object is called uniform motion. Otherwise, the motion is called non-uniform motion. Let us see some example of uniform motion. Consider a car moves one position to another about 16 meters distance in 8 seconds. Here, the car starts from origin O and every 2 seconds it reaches one point, that is A, B, C points. At last, the car reached the point D of 16 meter distance in 8 seconds with equal time interval of 2 seconds. This type of motion is called uniform motion. See the next picture. This is an example of non-uniform motion. The car reaches 16 meters at different distances with a time interval of 2 seconds in each points A, B, C. Means irregular distance with a time interval of 2 seconds. So, this type of motion is called non-uniform motion. Okay, we will see one more type of motion. Yes, that is multiple motion. When an object possesses more than one motion at the same time, it is said to be in multiple motion. See the picture. Wheel rotate and make a rotatory motion, but Cycle moves forward in a linear path. So linear motion also takes place. To know more details about uniform and non-uniform motion, see the link in below. We will see science technology today. Yes, the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Robots are automatic machines. Perform mechanical and jobs faster, more accurate than people. It can also handle dangerous materials and explore distant planets. Roboto comes from Czech word meaning forced labor. Robotics is the science and study of robots. Okay, what can robots do? Robots can sense and respond to their surroundings. They can handle delicate objects or apply great force, for example, to perform eye operations guided by a human surgeon or to assemble a car. With artificial intelligence, robots will also to be able to make decisions for themselves. Next, how do robots sense? Electronic sensors are a robot eye and ears. Twin video cameras give the robot a 3D view of the world. Microphones detect sounds. Pressure sensors give the robot a sense of touch to judge how hard to grip an egg. Heavy luggage built in computers send and receive information with the radio waves. See the picture, you get an idea to make a robot. Now we can see about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence attempts to create computer programs that think like human brains. Can robots think? Yes, robots can think and they can play games better than human beings. Robots can be used to industrial purposes also. Next, we will learn about nanorobotics. Nanorobots or nanobots are robots scaled down to microscopic size in order to put them into very small spaces to perform a function. Future nanobots could be placed in the bloodstream to perform surgical procedures that are too delicate or too difficult for standard surgery. Okay, I hope you can understand something about robots. Now we can see the mind map of the lesson. Yes, first push and pull. Push is move away from oneself. Pull is move towards oneself. These two actions done a motion and force. Motion is a change of position. Force is pull and push by animate and inanimate agency. Here rest is does not change in position. Okay. Motion classified by three categories. One is based on path, another one is based on duration, third one based on speed. Based on path, motion classified into 6 types: linear motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, rotatory motion, oscillatory motion and zigzag motion. And second, based on duration, motion is classified into 2 types: periodic motion and non-periodic motion. Based on speed, motion classified into 2 types: uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Okay. In this page, there is a easy activity which I shown earlier. Based on path, explain types of motion. There are 6 types: linear, curvilinear, circular, rotatory, oscillatory and zigzag motion. This is from textbook page. You just see and get an idea. In page number 26, based on direction, classify the motion into 2 types. First one is periodic motion, another one is non-periodic motion. There is simple activity also. Try by your own. Also given information about vibration. Yes, fast oscillations are referred as vibration. Activity for types of motion in page number 27. Find out the correct answer, students. Already I taught many examples. Think and answer. Page number 28 explains speed and slow. In that page explains the comparison of vehicle speed and traveled time. Page number 29 explains the average speed, that is speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken. S is equal to D by T. Unit of average speed is kilometer per second. Simple problems given in this page. Try by your own. In page number 30, there is a tabular column for average speed. Do the calculation and find the average speed with the unit. In that page also, they tell about Usain Bolt world record of 100 meter in 9.58 seconds. Page number 30 given examples for calculating speed, distance and time and tell about cheetah running speed of 112 km per hour. Page number 31 gave the nutshell of motion and types. Yes, motion classified by 3 categories based on path, duration and speed. Briefly we discussed earlier. Page number 31 explains types of motion based on speed. Yes, there are 2 types of motion, uniform and non-uniform motion. If an object covers uniform distances in uniform intervals, then the motion of the object is called uniform motion. Otherwise, the motion is called non-uniform motion. Page number 32 explains the multiple motion, that is more than one motion of an object. That page one simple activity also for multiple motion. Try it. Page number 32 also explains about robot. Yes, robots are automatic machines more accurate than people. They can sense and respond to their surroundings. Page number 33 explains the sense of robot. Yes, electronic sensors are robots' eyes and ears. Twin cameras given 3D view and this page tell about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence attempts to create computer programs that think like human brains. This page also explains thinking, playing games like human beings. In page number 33 also explains the nanorobotics. Nanorobots or nanobots are scaled down to microscopic size in order to put them into very small spaces to perform a function. And this page has given the summary of lesson. In page number 34 given the simple activity and find the types of motion. I hope you are all understand about forces and motion. Okay students, this is a time for evaluation. Be ready. First Roman letter, fill up the blanks. First question, unit of speed is dash. Second one, a bike moving on a straight road is an example of dash motion. Third one, the motion which repeats itself after a fixed interval of time is dash. Fourth one, motion of a potter's wheel is an example of dash motion. Fifth one, dash is a machine capable of carrying out a complex series of actions automatically. Second Roman letter, answer the following questions. First one, name the different types of motion based on path. Second one, the rotation of the earth is periodic motion. Justify. Third one, a vehicle covers distance of 400 km in 5 hours. Calculate its average speed. Fourth one, define multiple motion. Fifth one, write any one use of nanorobotics. Okay students, answer all these questions in your notebook. If you are having any doubt, note the question into notebook and it will clarified on reopening day. Download the textbook using the link provided in the description below this video. Lesson 3 will start in next session. Thank you.